Those of you who know me know I love the law. I have always worked hard in my career to do what is right, without fear and without favor.
Judge Judy's legacy has been untouchable for decades, but now a surprising new chapter is unfolding right under her sharp gaze. Her son, Adam Levy, is stepping into the courtroom spotlight with his own show, and many wonder if he can live up to the family name. Can familial talent guarantee success? Or is this new venture poised to challenge the status quo in ways no one expected? With a fresh take on justice and some undeniable pressure to fill big shoes, Adam's Law premieres with the weight of a famous last name and fierce expectations. The new judge on the bench. Adam Levy has stepped into an arena that everyone knows well, but few expected him to enter. Television courtroom judging. Known as Judge Judy's son, Adam brings a legacy with him, yet he faces the challenge of carving out his own identity. His new show, Adam's Law, debuted with much anticipation on September 14th, instantly placing him under the public microscope. This isn't just a family affair. It's a fresh contender in a crowded reality court show market that has seen many twists and turns. As a former district attorney, Adam is no stranger to the courtroom, but trading the trial room for the screen demands more than legal know-how. Viewers quickly noticed his sharp delivery and no-nonsense style, characteristics he shares with his famous mother, yet tailored to his own personality. The pressure to live up to Judge Judy's pioneering influence is enormous, and many are watching closely to see if he can meet it or possibly even eclipse it. Early footage of Adam's Law reveals a judge who holds his own, serving justice with a firm tone and clear-eyed confidence. Yet, skepticism lingers. Can he truly fill the shoes of a television legend? The show positions him as a serious authority figure, but public opinion will ultimately weigh if this new chapter honors the family's tough reputation or signals a different direction in courtroom TV. Even within the family, this transition carries weight. Judge Judy herself has publicly acknowledged the shift, sharing mixed feelings about passing the torch. She admits she wasn't ready to let go 5 years ago, which shows how challenging it is to step away from something so defining. Her belief in Adam's talent, combined with her vacillation to fully relinquish the role, hints at the complexities behind this new era of televised justice. Industry insiders are buzzing about whether Adam's fresh take will rejuvenate the genre or merely ride the coattails of his mother's fame. The debut episode set a tone that's familiar yet distinct, inviting viewers to decide if this is a worthy successor or just a family spin-off. The show's premise invites curiosity, but also raises questions about how much innovation can fit into an already saturated format. Adam Levy's entrance onto the screen is less about quiet debut and more about a bold statement that the family's judicial tradition continues. But the reality TV landscape has changed, and the simple passing of a gavel now comes bundled with heightened audience expectations and evolving entertainment trends. With so much at stake, early feedback and ratings will be crucial in determining the show's fate. Behind the scenes, producers are banking on the intrigue of Judge Judy's son taking up the mantle. They know the name alone can draw viewers, but sustaining interest requires more than legacy. Adam's Law needs to prove it's not just trading on reputation, but offering something compelling for a new generation of courtroom fans. Like every contestant stepping into a long-running champion's place, Adam faces the daunting challenge of disappointment or triumph. The blend of pressure, opportunity, and inevitable comparison is a complex mix that only time will fully unravel. For now, the eyes of the public and industry alike remain fixed on this new judge's gavel, while the spotlight shines brightly on Adam's early days as a courtroom personality. The deeper story of how he balances the family legacy with his own path is just beginning to unfold. What happens next may ultimately define Adam's place beyond the famous family name. If he can establish a distinct voice while preserving the courtroom intensity audiences expect, Adam's Law could become more than a successor story. It could become his own lasting chapter. Balancing a renowned family legacy with personal identity is rarely simple, especially when the shadow cast is as tall as Judge Judy's. Carrying the Judge Judy legacy. Adam Levy's connection to his mother's legacy is both a blessing and a burden. Growing up with Judge Judy's reputation towering in the background meant that the notion of him donning the robe was an ever-present possibility. He himself has admitted that this moment was in the back of his mother's mind for years. She knew it was only a matter of time before he stepped into her shoes. Yet, carrying this legacy also demands forging his own identity amid constant public comparisons. Judge Judy's trademark no-nonsense style and sharp wit are iconic, setting a very high bar for anyone following in her footsteps. Adam adopted some of this same judicial demeanor, blending firmness with directness, but he strives to bring his own voice to the bench. His background as a district attorney gives him solid legal credentials, but the challenge lies in balancing authoritative presence with engaging television charisma. In many ways, Adam's show reflects the evolution of the courtroom genre. While he echoes his mother's straightforward approach, there are subtle shifts in tone and presentation that mark his personal stamp. This balance of legacy and innovation is crucial to attracting both longtime fans of Judge Judy and a newer audience who expect fresh energy and perspectives. Within the family, this legacy is a topic of pride and complexity. Judge Judy has publicly voiced both admiration for Adam's skill and reluctance to give up the stage herself. This mix of support and hesitation highlights the emotional layers involved when a family empire undergoes transition, especially one so publicly celebrated. Adam acknowledges the weight of expectations that come with his name. He understands that the audience holds Judge Judy's reputation as the gold standard, which makes any misstep riskier. Yet, he also embraces the opportunity to prove himself worthy, welcoming the contrast and comparison as part of his journey. Success means respecting the past while signaling a new era of judicial television. The public and media narratives often frame Adam as both inheritor and challenger, a dual role that fuels intrigue but also invites pressure. Every decision he makes on camera is dissected for echoes of his mother, making it difficult to escape either judgment or praise tied directly to the Judge Judy brand. This dynamic complicates his effort to claim ownership of his courtroom style. To further separate his identity, Adam takes a subtle approach to how his courtroom functions and presents itself. He introduces cases and interactions with a distinct flavor, reflecting generational shifts and different audience sensibilities. These nuances are important, signaling to viewers that while the family name remains, the show belongs to him now. At the core of this legacy journey is the question of how much tradition must be preserved and where the door to change should be opened. Adam's careful navigation between honoring the past and embracing the present reveals the delicate art of legacy in television families. It's a story about more than just the robe. It's about identity, respect, and evolution. As Adam's Law builds its own identity under the long shadow of Judge Judy, the broader industry awaits to see whether this careful balance will bring lasting success or deepen the divide in audience loyalty. Legacy aside, the entertainment industry and its audiences have their own expectations, shaping the landscape Adam must now navigate. Early industry expectations. From the moment Adam's Law was announced, industry insiders and fans alike formed strong opinions about its potential impact. The courtroom show genre, once dominated by Judge Judy's unmistakable reign, is now facing new dynamics. And Adam's debut adds another layer to this evolving picture. Expectations run high for him to both honor the family tradition and refresh the format for modern viewers. Producers and networks are betting on Adam's appeal as a credible legal figure with a famous name. His background as a district attorney adds legitimacy, while the connection to Judge Judy brings built-in audience interest. Still, this mix doesn't guarantee rating success in a market growing more competitive, where viewers have many options for courtroom drama and reality shows. Fans of Judge Judy bring a mix of excitement and skepticism toward Adam's show. Some hope he will carry forward the same no-nonsense justice they loved, while others worry that the magic may not transfer, or that he might lean too heavily on his mother's legacy. This split opinion puts Adam under a microscope from the start, leaving little room for error. The timing of Adam's law debut is also significant. Television viewing habits have shifted, with streaming platforms and changing audience preferences impacting traditional syndicated shows. The courtroom genre itself has seen highs and lows, making it uncertain if a new show, even with a powerful name, can quickly capture broad attention. Critics and media analysts are keen to see how Adam's style and the show's production stack up against the gold standard set by Judge Judy over decades. Technical elements like pacing, case selection, and judge-audience interaction come under scrutiny, affecting perceptions of quality and authenticity. Industry buzz often hinges on these initial episodes. Advertising and syndication deals reflect cautious optimism. Networks hope Adam will draw in loyal viewers who followed Judge Judy, but they also prepare for adaptations if ratings do not meet expectations. This balancing act between hope and realism shapes promotional strategies for the show. Behind the scenes, there's awareness that Adam's rise is more than a personal story. It's a test for the future of courtroom television itself. As the genre tries to redefine itself, how well Adam performs could influence decisions about similar shows and the role of family legacies in television franchises. The business side of TV is unforgiving, and while personalities matter, numbers define success. Adam's entry into the market is watched closely, not only by fans but by advertisers, producers, and rival shows, all measuring their own chances in this shifting landscape. So far, Adam has shown promise as a capable new judge, but the road ahead is uncertain. The early buzz and industry hopes set a high bar that will only be cleared with time, audience dedication, and consistent performance in a changing entertainment world. Adam Levy's challenge of meeting industry demands and fan expectations leads naturally into how his courtroom style compares to the legendary approach of his mother's. Comparing courtroom personalities. Adam Levy carries the weight of a famous courtroom legacy on his shoulders, yet he approaches his role with a style that both mirrors and diverges from his mother's. Judge Judy is known for her fierce, no-nonsense demeanor, cutting through lies and nonsense with a sharp tongue and quick wit. Adam reflects some of that toughness, maintaining a firm and straightforward presence on the bench. But he tempers it with a different tone that feels more measured and less theatrical. This subtle shift may be his way of distinguishing himself while respecting what his mother built. Unlike Judge Judy's often acerbic style, Adam leans into fairness and clarity over abrasiveness. His background as a district attorney shapes how he handles cases, focusing on the law and evidence rather than theatrics. Viewers notice this difference, with some appreciating his calm rigor, while others miss the sharper edge that made Judge Judy iconic. This contrast creates a new dynamic that invites debate about what qualities make a courtroom personality successful on television today. Adam's courtroom style also reflects generational changes in how justice is portrayed. While Judge Judy thrived in an era that favored bluntness and drama, Adam's approach fits a media landscape more interested in relatability and nuanced communication. He comes across as approachable, yet authoritative, aiming to connect with both litigants and viewers without alienating either side. This signals an evolution in the genre, where toughness no longer requires harshness. The personal charm Adam brings is quieter, but still compelling. He listens carefully, asks pointed questions, and doesn't shy away from calling out dishonesty when it arises. His expressions reveal a seriousness and focus that feel genuine rather than exaggerated for effect. This sincerity may be his strongest asset, helping him carve out credibility while honoring the legacy he inherited. While some longtime fans of Judge Judy expect the same fire and snap, Adam's style challenges the idea that courtroom TV must be confrontational to be engaging. This difference raises questions about viewer preferences, whether audiences want comfort in familiarity or are ready for a refreshed take on televised justice. Adam's Law navigates this tightrope, trying to retain loyal viewers while inviting new ones. It's clear that Adam respects his mother's career deeply, but he refuses to be her carbon copy. He occasionally jokes about the pressure to beat Judge Judy, showing self-awareness and a sense of humor about his daunting task. This humanizes him and softens the inevitable comparisons, offering viewers a chance to see both the man and the judge behind the legacy. Adam's courtroom demeanor reveals a layered personality, part disciplinarian, part mediator, and part showman. Each episode showcases different facets, suggesting he is still finding his full voice on camera. This ongoing development is natural, especially considering how long Judge Judy dominated the genre with her signature presence. In embracing both similarities and differences, Adam Levy signals that the future of courtroom shows may rest not on replication, but reinvention. His evolving style could inspire a shift away from rigid expectations toward more diverse judicial personalities on television. Ultimately, Adam's courtroom presence is a blend of respect for tradition and a thoughtful nod toward modern tastes. This balancing act will determine how well he resonates with viewers who grew up with his mother and those just discovering the genre. The challenges Adam faces don't stop with personality. Entering today's market demands navigating a tough, competitive environment that tests every new show's staying power. Challenges facing Adam's Law. Launching a courtroom show in today's television market is no small feat, and Adam Levy's Adam's Law faces a significant uphill battle. The genre itself has transformed over the years, with many popular court shows coming and going as audience tastes shift. Standing out means more than having a famous last name. It requires capturing attention in a sea of similar programming. Adam must prove his show offers something fresh and compelling enough to keep viewers coming back. One major challenge is viewer fragmentation. With streaming platforms, on-demand content, and endless entertainment options, traditional syndicated court shows must fight for every minute of audience attention. Many viewers have moved away from daytime TV staples, so Adam's Law faces an industry-wide decline in its target demographic. This means the show must work harder than ever to find and hold a loyal audience. Production quality and case selection add to this challenge. Viewers expect courtroom shows to be fast-paced and dramatic, but also fair and relatable. Balancing these elements requires thoughtful casting of cases and clear editing that keeps episodes engaging without feeling staged or repetitive. Adam's team must continuously refine the formula to meet audience expectations while maintaining authenticity. Another hurdle involves living up to Judge Judy's outsized legacy. While the name opens doors, it also sets the bar impossibly high. Fans accustomed to Judy Sheindlin's unique mix of tough love and charisma may have difficulty embracing a different style. This creates pressure for Adam to satisfy two often conflicting demands: respect tradition and innovate at the same time. Advertising and syndication present their own complications. Networks are cautious with newer courtroom shows, especially when competing against long-established favorites. Securing primetime slots and effective promotion is harder for newcomers without a proven track record. Adam's Law has to build momentum quickly or risk being sidelined. Social media and online reviews also play an outsized role in shaping the show's reputation. Early viewer feedback travels fast, influencing broader perceptions. Adam's show must manage public relations carefully, responding to critiques and cultivating a positive image to grow its audience organically. The legal realities of production can complicate matters too. Courtroom shows must navigate contestant selection, case authenticity, and legal compliance. No small tasks in a heavily regulated space. Success depends not only on entertainment value, but also on adhering to legal standards and ethical considerations, which can slow or limit creative freedom. Finally, Adam faces the personal challenge of stepping out of his mother's enormous shadow. Comparisons, both positive and negative, are inevitable and relentless. Maintaining confidence in his own style while adapting and learning quickly is essential if Adam's Law is to thrive rather than fade. The combination of market shifts, fierce competition, high expectations, and legacy pressure makes Adam Levy's debut a complex venture. The show's ability to overcome these challenges will determine whether it becomes a courtroom staple or just another footnote in the genre's history. Audience reception and ratings. Since its premiere, Adam's Law has sparked a mix of reactions from viewers, reflecting the challenge of stepping into a space long dominated by Judge Judy. Early audience feedback highlights both appreciation for Adam Levy's measured style and disappointment from fans missing the fiery personality they grew accustomed to. Social media buzz ranges from praise for his fairness to criticism about lacking the spark that once defined the genre. This split response shows how difficult it is to capture broad appeal while honoring a beloved legacy. Ratings data from the initial weeks reveal a modest start, with numbers trailing behind some long-established competitors, but holding steady enough to suggest genuine interest. While not breaking records, Adam's Law succeeds in attracting viewers who are curious about the new judge and those seeking a fresh take on courtroom shows. The steady ratings underscore the difficulty of launching a new program in an era of fragmented viewing habits and extensive entertainment options. Audience demographics suggest a mixed pool, with longtime courtroom show fans tuning in alongside a younger, more diverse group intrigued by Adam's different approach. This blend could be promising if the show adapts to appeal broadly without alienating core supporters. Viewers comment on his fairness and calm demeanor as refreshing, though some long for sharper exchanges that create memorable moments. Critics have offered varied reviews, noting Adam's professionalism but questioning whether Adam's Law has created a distinct enough identity to stand apart. Many reviews point out that while Adam demonstrates clear competence, the show struggles to generate the same excitement found in earlier courtroom hits. This feedback highlights the tension between credibility and entertainment value in courtroom television. Some fans have expressed appreciation for Adam's self-awareness regarding his mother's legacy, finding his occasional humor and candid moments endearing. This candidness humanizes him and offers a break from strict courtroom formality, something many viewers say they welcome. It also positions Adam as a relatable figure rather than just a shadow of Judge Judy. Concerns linger among audiences feeling the show is still settling into its rhythm. Early episodes offer glimpses of potential, but consistency remains a worry. Keeping viewers engaged week after week requires more than competence. It needs personality and storytelling that resonate deeply, which Adam's Law has yet to fully develop. The show's social media presence is active and growing, with clips and viewer interactions helping to build a community of supporters and critics alike. This engagement is crucial, as online conversations often translate into real-world ratings and reputation. Adam's responsiveness and approachability feed a dialogue that could favorably shape the show's future. Studios and networks closely monitor these audience reactions and ratings patterns, ready to adjust marketing or format if needed. The ability to pivot and respond to feedback may be key in moving from moderate interest to mainstream success. The first impression has been solid, but leaves ample room for growth. For Adam Levy and his team, winning over viewers means turning curiosity into loyalty over time. Balancing respect for tradition with bold individuality will be necessary to convert initial watchers into devoted fans who feel connected to Adam's Law beyond the novelty of the name. As the audience's verdict takes shape, the ripples of Adam's new show extend to the very brand that launched him, stirring questions about the future of the Judge Judy legacy itself. Impact on Judge Judy's brand. Adam Levy's entry into daytime television carries significant implications for one of the most recognized names in courtroom history, Judge Judy. Her brand has long been synonymous with tough, straightforward justice delivered with a mix of humor and exacting standards. With Adam now on screen, the family legacy is both reinforced and challenged, forcing fans and industry watchers to reconsider what the Judge Judy name represents in this evolving context. The presence of a new family member in the public eye adds complexity to the brand's narrative. While Judge Judy's show recently ended after decades on air, Adam's program is seen as a continuation, but also as a potential departure. This duality creates tension. Does Adam's Law extend the brand's influence or dilute its hard-earned reputation? There is a risk that Adam's comparatively softer courtroom style might shift public perception of what to expect from the Judge Judy name. Loyal viewers accustomed to the original show's punchy delivery may feel a disconnect that affects their overall attachment to the brand. On the other hand, it might open doors to new audiences who prefer a less confrontational approach, expanding the brand's reach. Judge Judy herself has publicly acknowledged her support and pride in Adam, but also her reluctance to fully let go of the spotlight. This emotional nuance humanizes the brand story, showing the challenges of handing down a legacy while grappling with personal and professional identity. It adds layers to the public's understanding of the family behind the judiciary facade. Producers and marketers face the challenge of positioning Adam's show within the brand framework without creating confusion. Balancing homage with independence is tricky, as the audience must perceive Adam's Law as both familiar and new. Messaging must carefully manage expectations to prevent comparisons that may overshadow Adam's efforts. The extended brand presence might also reinvigorate the Judge Judy franchise in unexpected ways. Renewed public interest in the family's judicial approach keeps conversations alive around daytime court shows. It fuels debates about the genre's future and whether family legacies are assets or obstacles in modern television. Critics and fans alike watch how this brand extension influences the value and cultural weight of Judge Judy's legacy. The outcome of Adam's venture could either strengthen the name through successful succession or risk weakening it by diversifying its identity too quickly. The stakes involve reputation management as much as entertainment success. The broader television industry takes note because this family transition is unusually public and symbolic. It raises questions about how major TV personalities pass on their influence and how audiences respond to these shifts. The Judge Judy name is more than a show. It's a cultural phenomenon tested by time and now by evolution. Ultimately, Adam's Law and its reception will shape how the iconic Judge Judy brand endures in a changing media world. This unfolding story highlights the delicate balance between upholding a powerhouse legacy and embracing new directions. Future of televised courtroom shows. The arrival of Adam Levy on daytime television marks a pivotal moment for courtroom programming, signaling possible shifts in how these shows evolve in the years ahead. Once dominated by singular personalities with sharp, commanding presence, the genre now faces new demands for diversity and adaptability. As Adam's Law tries to carve a niche, it raises questions about where courtroom shows go next and how they remain relevant in a rapidly changing media landscape. Streaming services and digital platforms have transformed viewer habits, forcing traditional syndicated shows to innovate or risk fading away. Audiences now expect more interactive and dynamic content, which challenges courtroom shows to rethink their formats. This means introducing fresh storytelling techniques and possibly integrating new technology to create more engaging experiences while preserving judicial authenticity. The family aspect in this genre's future is another notable trend. Adam Levy's debut under the shadow of a famous parent brings attention to the role of legacy in television. Whether family brand extensions succeed or fall short can impact how networks approach similar projects in the future. This dynamic opens possibilities for multi-generational courtroom shows, but also sets complicated expectations for successors. Courtroom TV may also continue evolving to showcase a wider range of judicial personalities and styles beyond the traditional tough judge mold. Adam's more measured approach hints at a future where relatability and approachability become just as important as authority. Such changes could attract younger and more diverse viewers, revitalizing interest in a format some see as predictable or outdated. The genre is also responding to increased competition not only from other reality TV formats, but from scripted legal dramas that offer heightened emotions and story arcs. This expands the challenge for courtroom shows to balance entertainment with legal education and fairness. Those that succeed will likely be the ones that innovate without losing credibility. Despite these challenges, courtroom shows remain popular for their real-life drama and sense of justice well served. The human stories behind each case provide enduring appeal, making the genre resilient even in shifting markets. How well Adam's Law and others adapt to new viewer expectations will shape how this appeal is preserved. Additionally, regulatory and legal challenges will keep influencing production decisions. Courtroom shows must maintain transparency and fairness while entertaining audiences, a mix that requires careful management. Future programs will need to navigate these legal considerations thoughtfully to sustain trust. The success or failure of Adam Levy's show may serve as a case study for producers considering how to refresh this long-standing genre. His experience highlights key factors: balancing legacy, finding a unique voice, meeting modern viewer demands, and surviving in a crowded field. Lessons learned here will inform future courtroom shows and their strategies. Ultimately, the future of courtroom television depends on embracing change while honoring the core appeal of justice in action. The legacy of Judge Judy, now intersecting with Adam's Law, reminds us that lasting impact comes from evolving wisely, not clinging to tradition alone. The landscape of courtroom television is shifting beneath our feet, and the Levy family's story stands at the crossroads of what was and what could be. Judge Judy's reign may be facing unexpected challenges, but the family's courtroom legacy continues to evolve in real time. Adam Levy's journey highlights the delicate balance between honoring the past and stepping boldly into the future. If you found this story compelling, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the faces shaping today's TV landscape.